Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about how to horizontally flip something and how to select and copy different things. So this is pretty basic, but it might help to have a refresher. So let's say that we had this logo file and somebody wanted us to, they liked it, but they wanted to flip the mountains in the middle for whatever reason. They wanted them horizontally flipped. That's a type of transformation, which if you remember, transformation is basically Control-T. Right? You can make things bigger, you can make things smaller, you can rotate them, you can do all sorts of stuff with Control-T. All of that same stuff is under the Edit menu under Transform. And you can see all of it right there. You can also see that you can flip it horizontally right there too. So if it said it wanted us to flip just the mountains, you would make sure that you'd selected that layer, and then you can either say Control-T and right-click it and say Flip Horizontal in order to flip it horizontally that way, or you could make sure you have the layer selected, go to the Edit menu, go all the way down to Transform, and just say Flip Horizontal right there. And you can get the same thing. If we didn't have the right layer selected, we would get something like this. Transform, Flip Horizontal, and might flip the wrong thing, which is not what we want to do. You can, if you don't have any layer selected and you try to click Control-T, nothing pops up, nothing happens, and you don't get anything under the Edit menu. So make sure you have the right layer selected, and then you can hit Control-T, right-click it, and say Flip Horizontal. Let's say that you get a question that wants, I'm going to take this layer, I'm going to turn it into pixels by rasterizing it. So I'm going to right-click it and say Rasterize Layer, and now it's pixels. Maybe you get a question on the exam that wants us to select the white part of the mountains and to paste it into a new layer. We've talked about several different ways to do that. A lot of people will overthink that question. It's really not too difficult. All we're going to do is use a selection tool. The best one for that one would be the magic wand. I'm going to click just anywhere in the white, and we'll select it. It didn't select this part over here, so I'm going to hold Shift and click, and it continues to select. If I miss any other parts, I could hold Shift and click on them, and it would continue to select them. So I've got that selected. I can do one of two things. I can make a new layer. Say layer, new, layer via copy. If I wanted to, I can also just hit Edit, Copy, hit this button right here. If you're ever not sure what a button does, hover over it and it will tell you. That creates a new layer, and then I can say Edit, Paste. I can also just say Control-V, and it will paste that white part of the logo into that new layer. Just remember, Magic Wand tool is a great way to select things. If you want to copy something, that's Control-C. This button down here, which sometimes looks like the plus symbol, sometimes it looks like a couple of pages on top of each other, makes a new layer, and then Control-V will always paste what you have selected. I'm going to hide all these other layers by clicking out their eyeball. So a couple things on that one. Also remember that rasterizing means to turn something into pixels. If you want to flip something, hit Control-T and right-click it, and you can flip it horizontally or vertically. So that's more helpful tips for the Photoshop certification exam.